What's up, YouTube? Tan2SS, and I am back again with another video. Today's video, we're going to get into how much I paid for the Camaro. We're going to get into like the monthly payments, how much my insurance, all that good stuff. But before we jump into the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell all your friends, subscribe to the channel. Let's get the channel moving. Let's get into the video. So a little backstory on the Camaro. Like, I wanted a Camaro since I think it was like the one that came out in like 98 with that the front end. It was a little bit different than the earlier gen. I think like the 97, I think 93 to 97. I think those are the years. I could be getting them wrong, but I know in 98, it came out with like that different front end, like that grill. And I was like, oh my God, like I want that car. And then I just never had the opportunity to get one, right? So fast forward to last year, I'm looking around for a car. Mind you, it was like probably the worst time possible to look for a car because the dealerships were just jacking up prices like crazy. So no matter what you were looking for, you were going to overspend. And on top of that, over here, so I live in Canada, and initially I was looking for a Tesla. And I found a Tesla at a dealership about 20 miles away. I had my heart dead set on it. It was white. It had like the aftermarket rims, like everything was cool. So the day I was going to go see it, the sales guy called me and told me that it had a crack in the display, like the main part of the vehicle. And it would be an additional $3,000 to fix it, but the dealership wasn't going to do it. So I would have to buy it and then get it repaired myself, which was a no-go when the price of the vehicle was already like $59,000. It's like, there's no way I'm going to spend that much money and then have to do that, right? So I started looking at other vehicles, and then I decided I wanted to get a Camaro. So I was looking all over for a Camaro. For a Camaro, I was looking between Windsor, where I currently live, and Toronto, and there was like nothing available. I initially wanted to go to Detroit and get one because even though the prices were still high because of COVID there, they at least were lower than they are in Canada. But I couldn't because the border was closed, so I couldn't cross over and kind of shop around there. So yeah, fast forward one day, I'm just doing a auto trader search, and I see that a dealership over in LaSalle, Ontario has this shock Camaro. So I go take a look at it, do a walk around. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I was like, I love everything about it. I love the year. I love that it's the 2SS. I just don't like the color. So I ended up just going home, didn't pull the trigger that day. And, I was talking to my wife about it, talked to a few people about it. I was like, oh, man, I love the car, but I don't love the color. So I ended up going back to the dealership at least like 3 other times. Finally, one day I just took it for a test drive. And as soon as I got in it, I was like, it's over. Like I'm taking this thing home. So yeah, that's what I did. I ended up buying it. But so as far as like the total price of the vehicle, so I paid $60,000 for the vehicle.
Damn.
So mind you, in typical like normal times, I probably could have got a Z01 for that price if I would have bought it in the States. But because I'm in Canada, every car is at least $10,000 to $15,000 more. And that's not even like counting on COVID. That's just like everything is more expensive in Canada. So you can always expect to pay $10,000 to $15,000 more than you would in the States. So yeah, so the price of the car was $60,000 with financing. I think the total with taxes, which is also a high over here. So I think the total is like $72,000 after like taxes, title, all the different fees and all that other stuff. So yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it's well within my budget. So I'm very comfortable with the payment. So currently my payment is $882 a month.
Damn.
$882 a month Canadian. So if you convert that to American, I think it's probably like 700 or something. It just depends on the exchange rate. And I work for an American company, so all my pay is in US dollars, and I just convert it, get extra money each paycheck when I convert it over to Canada, Canadian dollars. So I'm doing good there. So yeah, so it's $882 a month. My insurance, my insurance is a long story, but for my insurance currently I'm paying $202 a month for full coverage, which reminds me I do need to call the insurance company and see if I can get that lowered now that the vehicle is being stored and I'm not driving it. So I should be getting a bit of savings there once I contacted them. So an interesting story about my insurance. So initially, when I got a quote, actually, let me back up a little bit. Before I got the Camaro, when I decided that I was going to get it, I went to transfer my US license for my Canadian license, which was a breeze, took a couple hours, in and out, and I had my Canadian driver's license. So when I went to get insurance for the car and they gave me a quote, for some reason they weren't going to honor like my 20 years of driving experience. They were going to classify me as a new driver within Canada. So that immediately jacked up the price to like $400 and something a month just for insurance. And at that time I had already made, I had already bought the car. I had already signed the papers, and the insurance company was telling me like, for $400 a month. So actually I went to a different insurance company and they essentially told me the same thing. Like they were going to register me as a new driver. And yeah, it was going to be, I think it was like I think it was like the initial one's like $450, and then they were going to do like $420 something per month. So I was like, oh, it sucks. I was like, I want the car. I'm kind of on the hook. I was like, I don't think I can go back now. I was like, I might as well just go forward. And then, so when I decided that I was actually going to do it, when I called the insurance company back, they said that they were gonna go ahead and honor the years of driving experience. So that dropped it from $450 down to $202, which is still quite a bit. But I'd imagine that it's going to go down pretty soon here, but you have to take into account like the area in which you live, also the vehicle, those kind of things. So yeah, that was just an interesting, weird story that happened. So as far as like a finance rate, I got an okay finance rate. It's like 5%. It could have been better, but yeah, it is what it is. Like I got pretty good credit. It's not in the 800s, but I'm doing okay. So, depending on what your credit score is, that's how much you can expect to pay. Like you can expect your interest rate to go up quite a bit. Or you could also use like the credit unions, which you probably get a better finance rate, but that's not the route that I went. Probably the next vehicle, I'll probably go that route though. And just like that, this video was done. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.